child. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
The clash between Godzilla and Kong has returned to dominate the big screen once again, bringing one of the most anticipated monster showdowns of the decade to life. The movie continues the epic saga of the MonsterVerse, uniting two of cinema's greatest icons in a new chapter filled with destruction, mystery, and unexpected alliances. From the opening moments, it's clear that this isn't just another creature feature, it's a massive-scale story about ancient rivalries, hidden worlds, and humanity's place in a planet ruled by titans. Every roar, every earthquake-inducing battle, and every flash of lightning over a shattered skyline feels bigger and more intense than anything seen before. As the film opens, humanity is still reeling from the aftermath of previous titan battles. The world is fractured, cities are rebuilt, and people are learning to coexist with creatures that could crush them in a single step. Godzilla, once seen as both destroyer and protector, has vanished deep beneath the ocean, while Kong lives in isolation within a monitored environment far from civilization. But peace never lasts long in this universe. A mysterious signal begins to stir, awakening something ancient and powerful hidden within the earth itself. Soon, the balance between man and monster starts to crumble once more. The story pulls the audience deep into the mystery of the hollow earth, a massive world beneath our feet where the origins of both Godzilla and Kong are believed to lie. Scientists, explorers, and military forces join together to uncover its secrets, but their expedition quickly turns into a fight for survival. The visuals of this hidden realm are breathtaking, blending glowing landscapes, colossal ruins, and ancient energy sources that pulse with life. It's a place that feels both alien and familiar, filled with creatures beyond imagination. Kong's journey through this world isn't just about exploration, it's about discovering his heritage, his purpose, and a power that could change everything. Meanwhile, Godzilla senses a disturbance unlike any before. His behavior becomes more erratic, his attacks more targeted, and humanity struggles to understand his rage. But as clues start to emerge, it becomes clear that Godzilla isn't attacking without reason. Something or someone has challenged his dominance. The tension between these two titans builds slowly, each step leading closer to a confrontation that feels inevitable. The world watches in awe and fear as cities tremble, oceans surge, and skies darken with the power of two gods of destruction. When Godzilla and Kong finally meet, the screen erupts with pure chaos. The choreography of their battles is extraordinary, every punch, roar, and shockwave carrying both brute strength and emotional weight. Kong fights with raw determination, fueled by instinct and heart, while Godzilla fights with primal fury, guided by dominance and ancient power. Their fights stretch across land and sea, from the glowing depths of the hollow earth to the neon-lit skyscrapers of modern cities. It's a cinematic spectacle that captures the beauty and terror of seeing two living forces of nature collide, but beyond the battles, the film dives into themes of legacy, survival, and coexistence. Both Godzilla and Kong represent something larger than themselves. They're symbols of power, evolution, and the eternal balance of nature. Humanity's role in this world becomes a question that lingers throughout the story. Can mankind truly control nature, or must it learn to live in harmony with forces it can't possibly contain? The characters' journeys reflect this struggle, as they confront not only the monsters outside, but also the monsters within, their own ambitions and fears. Kong's emotional arc is one of the strongest elements in the story. For the first time, we see him as more than just a beast. He's a leader, a survivor, and a lonely figure searching for connection. His bond with the human characters adds a layer of compassion to the chaos, reminding audiences that even giants can have hearts. Through him, the movie explores themes of loss, belonging, and destiny. His evolution mirrors humanity's own search for meaning in a world filled with uncontrollable forces. Godzilla, on the other hand, remains a mystery, godlike figure whose motives are beyond human understanding. Yet there are moments when his intelligence shines through, reminding us that he's not merely a creature of destruction. His every move has purpose. His every roar feels like a message, as if warning humanity of an even greater danger approaching. That danger, as it turns out, is far more terrifying than either of these titans alone. As the story progresses, an even more powerful threat emerges, one born not of nature, but of human interference. Deep underground, an ancient force begins to awaken, threatening to destroy everything in its path. To survive, Kong and Godzilla must put aside their rivalry and face a common enemy that could wipe out both their species. The alliance between them becomes one of the film's most thrilling turns, transforming the story from a battle for dominance into a fight for survival. The sight of the two monsters standing side by side, roaring into the chaos, is a moment that defines the movie epic, emotional, and unforgettable. The final act delivers the kind of breathtaking spectacle fans hoped for. The battlefield becomes a storm of fire, energy, and destruction as the Titans unleash their full power. Each scene is filled with intensity, yet the direction allows moments of awe and silence between the chaos, showing the sheer scale of these creatures. The sound design, visual effects, and scale of destruction combine to create a sensory experience unlike any other. But beneath all the noise and destruction, there's heart and understanding that these monsters, in their own way, are reflections of us. The aftermath of the climactic battle brings both closure and new beginnings. Godzilla returns to the depths, reclaiming his throne as the ultimate guardian of Earth's balance, while Kong finds his rightful place in the hollow Earth, becoming its protector and ruler. The film closes with a sense of respect between them, not as enemies, but as two kings who understand that the world is big enough for both. It's a powerful message about coexistence, strength, and understanding. Fans have praised how the film balances emotion with action. It doesn't just rely on spectacle, it builds a mythology that feels alive. Every location, every ancient carving, and every piece of lore hints at a larger universe waiting to be explored. The idea that there's still so much we don't know about these titans adds mystery and excitement. Setting the stage for future stories, the movie's cinematography and design are spectacular. The contrast between the glowing depths of the hollow Earth and the metallic modernity of human civilization creates a striking visual theme: nature versus technology, past versus future. The lighting, especially during the night battles, paints the screen in electric blues and fiery reds, giving each confrontation an almost mythical quality. The filmmakers clearly wanted each frame to feel like a painting, and they succeeded. The emotional tone of the story also stands out. Amid the destruction, there's beauty. Amid the chaos, there's meaning. The movie reminds viewers why they fell in love with these characters in the first place, not just because they're powerful, but because they represent something timeless. Godzilla is the embodiment of nature's wrath, while Kong is the embodiment of courage and heart. Together, they tell a story of balance, one that echoes through every roar and every silence. As the credits roll, fans are left buzzing with theories and excitement about what's next. The ending hints at deeper secrets still buried within the Earth, and the possibility of more titans hidden across the globe. There's a feeling that this isn't the end, but merely another chapter in an ever-expanding mythology. The film succeeds not only as an action spectacle, but as a foundation for future adventures. The global response to the movie has been electric, reigniting love for monster cinema on a massive scale. Audiences left theaters amazed by the visuals, thrilled by the battles, and surprisingly moved by the story. It's the kind of movie that brings people together: fans of old-school kaiju films, new audiences, and anyone who loves the awe of watching nature's fury unleashed. In the end, the Godzilla x Kong movie is more than just a showdown. It's a celebration of power, resilience, and unity. It reminds us that sometimes even the fiercest rivals can become allies when the world faces its greatest threat. It captures the magic of cinema, the thrill of the impossible brought to life, the emotion behind the spectacle, and the timeless story of two kings destined to rule a world much bigger than we can ever imagine. Even after the dust settles and the roars fade into silence, one truth remains: the age of monsters is far from over. Deep below the surface, something still stirs. The world will never forget the moment when Godzilla and Kong stood side by side, not as enemies, but as legends. The battle may have ended, but the story of the Titans has only just begun.